sincerely, first of all, I congratulate you. It's not easy to get to this level and see. I know that for sure. Not easy at all, at all. It's not easy. My name is Yinka Ojo. With me, I have Esther, I have Mr. Jide, I have Mr. Olatunji. All of us were from down like that. I must first of all say something. This is very important. If you look at Dikin Olatunde himself, you know that for him to get to this level, I know some of us, let's say some of us, we have listened to his story, we have met him, he has told us. Sometimes maybe some of us, we have read it in the book. In his book, we have read it, we know what he passed through before he got to this level. So I know that we can look at Jonathan too. Jonathan as a president, it's not all the presidents we've ever had in Nigeria that just got to that level like that. That one we can call it luck. Do we agree? We can call it luck. For someone like Obasanjo, started from one gutter to another water, to another prison, to the killing, to one level, to palace. Exactly like Dikin Olatunde. So all of us, I'm sorry to say this, I would want us to clap for Dikin Olatunde. Thank you very much. As you celebrated him just now, I pray that you will be celebrated too. Yeah. It is not easy for a leader to achieve his vision. It's not easy. Something that even for you to even take the first step that you want to become a leader, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of variables, there are a lot of demons. Sorry to use the word demons. From the house, at work, everywhere, the day you take the first step, they are already in front of you. All of them, they are struggling along with you, and they don't even want you to become that leader. Because as you are here now, you know the numbers of staff in sleep. If you count the numbers of staff behind you now, you know that they are more than you. That means you, especially, you are now called out. You are the called out. You are the special one. You are the one that has been challenged to a level. You are the one that one way or the other you've been tested. At the same time, some of you, one way or the other, the organization, they've seen you, they've looked at you and discovered that you can face another test. You can face another challenge. That was why they selected you. Not even because you've been tested, maybe theoretically. I know that, because right now, I'm speaking to you. It's just a privilege for me to stand in front of you. I take that, I know that. It's a privilege because I'm speaking right now, the people seated in front of me, they are the next OM, the next DAM, the next EPD, the next managing director of their own organization, the next president, the next governor, and the wife of governors. So for now, what brought you to this level is not because, maybe because I know how to pursue default. I know how to manage the customer. You have some traits that maybe they are natural about you. Maybe they are natural that led you to this position. So I must congratulate you. I congratulate you once again, the leaders. I congratulate you, the amiable leaders. I congratulate you, the great leaders of tomorrow. I celebrate you all. As we want to start now, we are going into the leadership training. The leadership training is, we're just talking about training the leaders training the leaders. Training itself is just putting some words together that can guide us. Not like we are going to open our brain and inside a lot of resources are in your brain that we cannot say that now through this training you have now become the leader. No. You have something like there's a basic knowledge in your brain already that we just want to put it together, or like we want to inspire that knowledge. We want to inspire that part of the brain. Because as I'm looking at all of you, I give so much respect to the people that are sitting. I know that when you are coming to see, okay, let me ask this question. Do we have anybody that is just coming in to see now that this is, you have not even worked at all before now? You don't have. That means all of you have started, you have worked for some years, now you get to this level. So it's an honor to speak to the leaders like this. It's an honor. It's a privilege for me. So now we have two outlines that we're going to deal with. Number one is the DNA of a quality leader. Number two, we're going to talk about the principle of success. Principle of success. If you're talking about the DNA, on the DNA of the quality leader, we'll talk about the DNA itself. We're going to talk about who is a leader. We're going to talk about the certain facts about leaders. And we're going to talk about the features of a quality leader. So I want to go to DNA now. I know all of us. I know that for sure. All of you and me inclusive. We know, all of you, we know that when we are talking about DNA, we are talking about DNA. I know all of us, we know that. When my wife gave birth, the first thing I was trying to see is to see the face of that baby. If the face now look like, let's assume, the face now look like that, our former boyfriend I know. Just imagine it, just put yourself in the shoe. What would be the first thing? Maybe you may not say that, no, this no, you may not say that. But the first thing that comes to your mind is everyone more in your mind you are thinking of DNA. In your mind, that's what will come to your mind, DNA. I want to go and do DNA. In fact, after the baby, you may wait till the end of the day. In next thing, just take to the hospital. I want to do the DNA. I want to know the father of the baby. DNA is far more than knowing the father or the mother of the baby. You can see, right now, we want to go into science. We have some scientists here, I know that. Do we have, please, can you just signify if you're a scientist? Thank you. So in which area, I hope you are not in agriculture? Engineering. Yes. What of you, sir? Hey, so we need you right now. The DNA, according to the scientists, DNA, you see the word DNA is a very big word. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Some of us, we have not even called it out before because it's very easy to say DNA. DNA. What is DNA itself? DNA is like a verbal. It's like a verbal that is in abstract. I mean a verbal that cannot be seen. That is in us. That verbal is the one that carries all the organism about us. That carries the organism genetic information. That is, I'm talking about DNA is the one that carries the shape of my head. My DNA right now carries my height. My DNA, as I'm talking, it carries the way I talk. My DNA carries my behavior. I noticed one day I swear I was looking at my baby when she was growing up. I just saw the picture of my wife when my wife was very small. People say that, this your daughter looks like you. Your daughter looks like you. But when I saw my wife when she was baby, I showed it to the baby one day, and she said that, daddy, see me. They look exactly like each other. The DNA of my wife carries her stature when she was small. So the DNA of everyone, all of us here, is in us, but it carries the way we will look even after now. Even when you are going to have the gray hair, the kind of gray hair that will come up on you, your DNA carries it. Our shape of the hair, this shape. Some people, when you see them, you see, okay, let's look at Abiola. As soon as you see Abiola's children, any one of them, a child that belongs to Abiola, thank you, sir. If you don't see this antenna coming up like this, if you don't see it, that's not, is a bastard. And when you see a son or daughter of Obasanjo, you see the resemblance of that one. I don't want to call it. When you see Tinubu's son, you don't need to recall whether it's Tinubu or you just know. What is carrying that resemblance from one generation to another is the DNA itself. So I don't want to go into this, but let me just say it. Do you know that? Sorry for some of us, maybe that you are not a Christian. I'm sorry, I don't want to offend you. Do you know there's a spiritual DNA? One way or the other, if you see a pastor under Pastor Chris, you see some of us, very good, and you see that they almost speak like each other. When you hear a pastor that says, let somebody shout hallelujah, you just know this person is from within. When you just hear something like that, that's within. So you understand there is a spiritual DNA that drops from the Baba one way or the other, it drops to the pastor. When the pastor gives birth to, it drops to that one, and it just reflects on them. So I think I've been able to explain DNA. DNA is of features that make something what it is. So we can now conclude and say that the DNA of the company, the way the company is, that means if you want to know why is this company looking like this, go to the leader. Go to the organ himself. You will see how the car of the, when you see the car of the organization, go to the organ. The way he looks, that's the way that car is. When you look at somebody like this, as soon as you look at him, the way he talks, the way he reasons, or the way he acts, you can easily say that, are you from this social part of the country? I know we know some of them. Now when somebody is talking, somebody just send down and say, where did you keep this money? And he said, what is it? What are we talking about? See, your son is almost dying. I want money, I don't want money, I don't want the son. You know there's a part of the country that would like him to talk like that. Can somebody say? Igbos. We have them in the balance with Igbos. So do you know that one Igbo, an Igbo man, if you put him in Ilorin, start his life in Ilorin and grow up in Ilorin, he may still talk like that. He has never been to his place, but the DNA is the one that is running in his blood. DNA is in the blood. So when we are talking about the DNA of a leader, the is the basic unit of the heredity. This is one of the components that move the DNA itself. That when we say that we have the DNA, there are some components that move it. We have for animals too. We have the one that carries the virus, that is RNA. That one is RNA, but we are talking about the DNA. That DNA is what all of us know. I'm not a scientist too, but sometimes we go into research to know what we are talking about. Yeah. When we are talking about the DNA of a quality leader, now I've spoken about the DNA itself. We are talking about the quality. Why we are not going to talk about the off and A is because I know I'm talking to leaders. They know it. In fact, what I'm saying now, you know it. We just have to talk about it. I know you know it. I know you know it. So we are not going to talk about the off and A. The quality. What is quality? If I say what is quality now, there's none of us that will not be able to raise his hand or her hand and answer. We have passed a lot of levels. We have passed school, we have passed a lot of levels. So when we are talking, when I'm talking and if I believe in my heart that, okay, I'm training people, who am I to say that in the presence of the tomorrow's governor? Who am I to say that when we are looking at the ministers of so thing in tomorrow? So when we're talking about the quality is just the grade of something. It's just the general standard. When we're talking about the quality may not even be your own standard. It may not be your own standard. If I'm talking about the quality, that means it has something to do with the vision of, let's say now, if I'm coming to this place and I say that the quality of this tiles, was I there when they made the tiles? How do I know the quality that the maker himself had in mind? You can't really say. If I say the quality of something, we are talking about the universal quality. Let's just talk about the quality that is obtainable in England, the quality that is obtainable everywhere. Let's just say the quality of a leader is the standard. Let's just say general standard. At the same time, it is the highest or the finest standard. When we have something as the finest, that means we have finer. That means we have finer. It's a comparative word. If we say that something is better, that means something is good. At the same time, we can have the best. So when we say that the finest, we are talking about the best of the best among them. So when we are saying that the DNA of a quality leader, I'm talking about the DNA of the best leaders. So if we say somebody is the best leader, that means we have some good leaders. At the same time, we have some bad one. At the same time, we have the worst. In fact, the worst, the worster, the worstest. They will have them. So next, now I want to talk about, now when we are saying that who is a leader, this is a leader, this is a leader. The first one here says that leader is a forerunner. Forerunner. And I know we know it, but let's just talk about it. I just don't want to turn it to interactive class. So that I would have been saying that, okay, maybe bros, can you tell us, maybe you teach us, let somebody else teach us. Sorry. Since we have women, I can see women, things. So I would have said, okay, let one of the women talk, let this person to talk, and all of us will be talking about it. When we are talking about forerunner, who is the forerunner? Runner, for. The person that is a runner is the one in front, is the foreman, just like we have foreman. When I was young, anytime I hear the word foreman, I used to think that they are four. When they say foreman said, the foreman, I used to think they are four. But when we are saying that the forerunner is the one in the front, we are talking about someone that when they want to shoot an arrow, should be the first one that the arrow will hit. Because now we are saying, I'm talking about literally somebody that should be in the front, somebody that should be in one front. We're talking about somebody that should be the one in the front, that means maybe the person should have big chest. Because I was hearing when we were talking about the customer service people were here, and somebody asked a question that if a client slap, in fact right there I just responded. I said, you slap back. The client slap you, slap back. The client, in fact when you see the hand is coming up, the hand wants to slap you, prepare your own, prepare your own. I just imagine it in myself, trying to and we eat. As soon as I'm sitting at the office, the guy just enter, maybe a man that his wife, he just caught his wife in another man's house. As he got to you, transfer all the aggression on you, started beating you to the extent that they have to take you to hospital, and you now drop all your hands and everything, even blocking it, you could not block. Remove your head, you could not remove your head. Beat you to the extent that you have to take yourself to hospital. I just imagine it. Sometimes ago, I was in a company where the meeting and we asked that question. They said that as a marketer, we said that the customers are the kings of the business. Yes, they are the king. But is it part of the right of the customer? This lab that we are talking about, part of their rights. Do you know that one will come one day with cutlass? Somebody will come one day because it's because we are here. The slap here, when so we are talking about slap in this part of the country, in the Yoruba land. In the east, we are talking about gun. In the north, we are talking about knife. Slaughter the person. Is it part of their rights? So it's an abuse. When you just get to the office, somebody just slap you. I'm sorry to address that part. I'm sorry. So when we are talking about the forerunner is the person that takes that slap. That slap we just mentioned, you are the one. And I heard my I don't know what, I'm looking for the word, one of the actors I don't think. In fact, are you a theater person?
At all.
But
you can't put in my present. I'm close to you. What I do.
I celebrate you. You are very good. Like you now, imagine in your office, somebody just enter and the person started behaving like that's your drama. Do you know that you may even, that very day you be tired of doing the job. To even answer you, no answer. You just say, who is the manager here? Who is the manager here? Who is the manager here? Do you know your aggression at that point will lead to fight? So the person, if one of you now carry, maybe you hide cutlass at the back, you need the branch manager. Who is the branch manager here? If you ask the person, who are you? Hey. The office assistant. Okay. I read something like that on Facebook.
Okay.
Somebody said the black boy and the black man, I think the plane, they were going somewhere and the plane was having issue, and the pilot now raised an information that we have to right now, we need to be throwing people out because there's a problem, and we are going to start the names, we're going to start the throwing out alphabetically. We'll do it alphabetically. And the black boy asked the father, who are we? The father said, keep quiet, keep quiet. They said, okay, now let's start from A. There's no A. Okay, they throw Arizona. They throw him out. Okay, they throw all the A's. B. They asked him, B. They've thrown everybody away. The boy now, the father, Daddy, who are we? Daddy said, today we are Zombie. Our name is Zombie. So that who will be the last? Because even the pilot himself must have gone out before we could board. So, the leaders that we are talking about, the forerunner, must be the one that will be thrown out first. Who is in the lady, who is the first person? The one in the front. The one that should be thrown out first. Is it a cause to be a leader? It's not. But remember again, you are the only special person there. You are the only special person. Look at all of you. If you are talking about staffs below you, maybe you will be the only one or two of you in the branch. You have about 10 staffs under you. Then when there's a problem, they don't jump over you. It's an honor to even be the branch manager. Because the highest leader in any organization starts at that level. If you are a CEO, when you were CEO, you know that who are the people you were ruling over? The clients. You were like, sorry to use this word, you were like the one we are using. The one that are giving you the protocol, the structure of what you will do. Where is the person? In the office. Whatever you go out, you gather all the data, you gather all your data and everything, you bring it back to the office, who process it? The PM. So that PM is not really doing a physical work of shooting. He's doing a mental work. He's doing a mental work. So when you are looking at the PM, we should call PM their problem, we should call it mental problem. If there's a problem in the branch, we say there's a problem here. People are doing evil, a lot of things are happening. That problem you just see is a mental problem to the PM. It's not a problem that when some people are beating themselves, the PM get there and see that they are beating themselves. The PM must have seen that this guy will beat themselves. If the PM do not see that they are going to beat themselves, that means that PM is not a PM, should be CEO. Because a PM, you should see before. Because you are the forerunner. When you see a forerunner, as I'm standing here now, apart from these other two people standing here, if I'm the only one standing here, that means I'm the forerunner. As you are sitting here now, you cannot see what I'm seeing. There's something I should have seen before you see, because I'm the forerunner. A branch manager is the forerunner that you see. You should make sure you see. At every point in time, you should see. But maybe your senior manager is just blocking your view. How is he blocking your view? How is she? The information you are supposed to get, your SM or your area manager or your DAM, they are taking the information you supposed to process, they now take it to your CEO and instructing your CEO to do something when you are processing it in your brain before you even get to the office in the morning, because you are the forerunner. You are brain that I'm going to send Sister Laide to so place, and as soon as you resume by 8, you just come to the office after the prayer. You know, Sister Laide, they said, Dan said that Sister Laide should go to so place. That information has jumped you, it has already affected your day. It has, because right there you will now have to change again and change your process again. What am I going to do again? Because the result of the day lies in your hand, your branch. If your branch is, let somebody just give me the name of one branch. Glory. Zion. If I come to your branch, that PM there, his name is Zion. The PM there, his name is Zion. Because people should be able to see you and call you, Sim. Somebody said something. It was my able branch manager. When he was standing here that you were doing your drama, he said something which I was comment. You were saying a lot of things. You were saying, he said, this is my office. This is my office. What it means to me is personalizing it, making it himself. That this is my office. One day, maybe in his office to write or call people, what do you even think I can do? And the person called himself a leader. He's not a leader. A leader is someone that spearhead things. Is the one that will always look at his branch and say, this is my branch. I don't like the way we used to lock this door. Let's bring a change. Let's look at this door. This door should not be like this. You should spearhead new things. Now see that. Because right now, some policemen came to our church one day as they were carrying gun like